Please welcome Senior Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer, Cisco Collaboration, Aruna Ravichandran.
Good morning, WebexOne.
Good morning.
I hope all of you had a fantastic time last night, crashing the party with the party crashers. Okay, so we have another exciting day planned for you today, and this is the last day of WebexOne. So yesterday, we unveiled another bold vision around connected intelligence, which will power the workforce of the tomorrow. What you saw us launch were so many different AI agents which will take customer experience as well as employee experience to the next level. And we are powering not just human-to-human collaboration, but also human-to-agent as well as agent-to-agent collaboration. So today, what you're going to see are two simple things as a part of the morning keynote. We will double-click into those innovations, and you'll have an opportunity to experience them. And second, you're going to hear from so many of our esteemed, amazing customers on how they're leveraging our technology in order to create amazing experiences for their customers. And don't forget, later this afternoon, we're going to have the closing keynote. There are two elements with the closing keynote. We'll start out with the red carpet ceremony, celebrating all of you in style, followed by a fireside chat with Anurag Dhingra as well as Ryan Reynolds. And remember, I said one lucky winner will be announced to have a private meet and greet with Ryan Reynolds. So if you ever wanted to ask Ryan marketing advice, or you wanted to get a selfie with him, or maybe even ask about his secret skincare routine, this is the chance. So, are you ready to kick off day 2? Yeah. Okay. So with that, please join me in welcoming Snorre Kjesbu, our SVP and GM for Employee Experience.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Aruna, for summing up day 1. You know what? Yesterday was so exciting. So many launches, so many new products, and I really, really enjoyed the conversations with Amazon and not at least Deepu Talla from NVIDIA and G2. That was really keeping me at the edge of the chair. And today, we are going to take that further. And we're going to go in and we're going to talk about the connected intelligence in even more detail. Connected intelligence, summed up, is really about people to people. It's about people to AI. And it's about AI to AI. It's really bridging all of that AI together. And we're going to look at how that is going. And that is the future of work. This is not some kind of distant idea. The building, the creation, the usage, that we start to use this is happening now. And I'm so excited to tell you all about that. The foundation for the future, how do we achieve this? From Cisco, this is not patchwork. We're bringing it together as one unified AI platform. It's the Webex suite, it's the Webex devices, and it's the Webex contact center. And every component has AI infused. I will start to talk about the employee experiences, and then Vinod will join me, and he will talk about customer experience afterwards. There are many, many layers of AI. And what I see when I meet customers out there, they talk about AI, and they take a big saucepan, and they start throwing it in there, one thing after the other, and then the leftover goes in as well, and they make some kind of AI stew. An AI stew where you don't really see the different ways you could use it. We at Cisco think about AI as individually prepared courses, where you can actually see what ingredients goes in. We talk about AI at the edge. We talk about AI in the cloud, and we talk about AI for control and manageability. AI at the edge is what we do out there in the meeting rooms, in the video devices, in the collaboration we've had with NVIDIA for over a decade that you heard Deepu talk about yesterday. That's things like cinematic, it's like tracking, it's noise canceling, it's Director that Anurag launched yesterday as well. In the cloud, we use the more computational intensive algorithms. That's the large language models that allow you to summarize, take actions, translate, and so many more things. And then AI for control and manageability. That's an area where Cisco is unique. That's where we use AI to give the IT organizations, the ones that own and operate the services, superpowers. Superpowers through using AI, using tools like Control Hub and Spaces and Thousand Eyes, and not at least Canvas, as you saw DJ talk about yesterday and Anurag talk about yesterday as well. But with AI, there is one key thing. It's what we call the trust deficit. And that is a real barrier. And we are working on taking down that trust deficit. So that security is not something that you bolt on the sides. Security is actually something that's truly built in. It is really about being able to have threat protection, to have proactive, to work even, to be able to find things like deep fakes, to safeguard meetings. And I'm very proud that we are working with Pindrop, and we're working with Get Real Labs, with virtual assistants that identify synthetic voices and AI-generated visuals in WebEx meetings. That is helping reducing that trust deficit. It's all about intelligent hardware and intelligent software and bringing them together. That empowers people. That elevates the experience. So what I want to do is to dive in and look at all the things we're doing for WebEx Suite. There's a whole range of agents that are coming out there. They're new agents that really amplify the human potential. It's the polling agent, it's the meeting scheduler, it's the task agent, and these agents together are redefining collaboration. But I could talk about this. Should we demo it instead? Proper demo. Let's do a demo. So, to demonstrate this breakthrough technology, I'm very proud to invite Caitlin Lacey, our Director of Product Marketing, to the stage. Caitlin.
We're back together.
You know, that was the thing yesterday when Jitu said, is the hug awkward or is it not awkward? I think we did pretty well.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah.
We're old friends now.
That's very good.
But we're so excited to show the task agent today to all of you. Now, you may have seen a sneak preview yesterday, but what we're going to show you is how this works. So right now, you have the meeting summary, and you know this. This is the experience that you know today and love, and it's got your summary and your action items. But something new that's coming around is our task tab, and that's going to be located right over here in the WebEx suite. And what you'll see here is a list of the suggested tasks from that meeting summary that we were just looking at. Now, in this list, you notice that you can accept or remove any of the tasks. I obviously have a lot of things I need to do, so I'm going to go ahead and accept them. What's really unique about the task agent is that when you click into your task, it's not only going to tell you what you need to do based on the summary, but it is proactively going to offer to help you complete that task. So you'll see here on the right-hand side that task agent is saying, hey, it looks like we need to create a JIRA ticket. Would you like me to do that for you? Yes, I would. I don't want to open up another app right now. I'm in my flow. I'm ready to work. So it's going to get all of the project details that it can take from the meeting summary, and it's going to say, do you want to create this, or do you want to make any changes? This looks good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and say, create this for me, please. And there it is. It has actually talked to Jira, created that ticket, and if I click this link, it's going to go out to Jira for me. Pretty incredible. But it's not, right? But it's not done. The great part about Task Agent is that it's actually able to then talk to another agent. AI to AI. It has identified that I also need to schedule a follow-up meeting. So it's going to invoke the meeting scheduler, who we met yesterday, and it's going to say, hey, you also need to schedule a meeting with the development team. Would you like me to do that? It's going to pull the attendees, the agenda, time and date that work for everyone, and it's going to offer that up to me and ask, would you like me to schedule it? Yes, I need to get that done too. And that's our Task Agent.
Isn't that awesome stuff? I think we just demonstrated people to people, people to AI, and AI to AI in one demonstration. And what you saw makes smart, simple task management is really AI in action. The next one is also game-changing use of AI. And it's applied to everyday calling. Think about branch offices. What if every branch office could have a receptionist? What if they can be there, they can actually get the calls? You know, somebody calls in, I want to talk to Bob, you can send it to Bob. Somebody calls in, want to talk to Mary, send it to Mary. Somebody calls in, I want to know about tires, you can send it to the guy that knows about tires. Just having the AI receptionist that can actually transform that impression, the first impression you get. With the receptionist, we have that. It is, you get caller intent. Its instant purpose is proactive. We suggest responses. You have topic analytics, so you know the difference between Bob and a tire. You have flexible, powerful AI on your terms. And that is why Webex calling is the most intelligent platform, both for cloud and for hybrid. And talking about hybrid, let me talk a little bit about hybrid. So I'm very proud to announce Webex calling hybrid. That is innovation. There's no disruption. What we do is to inject cloud power into UCM. And we do that with 3 pillars: cloud innovation, cloud administration, and cloud thinking. All of that being brought together. That means you actually future-proof your full cloud innovation and UCM together with trust and security. And the good thing is, you can actually do that on your own terms. Yesterday, you heard us talk about distance zero. That is our ultimate goal. I think I'm going to strive to complete that vision of 2 words, distance zero, for the rest of my career, because it's such a high bar to get to. But what we're doing is to really try to tear down the barrier between people that are remote and people that are in the room. So you heard G2 talk about it yesterday, but it comes back into that intelligent software and hardware. So now let's talk about how that is happening on the devices with intelligent software and hardware. Anurag launched RoomOS 26 yesterday. It's built for connection, and it's simplified to scale. It's built for connection with smart things like the director, the AI director that you see. It's with all of the things that we could do with smart camera and all the things we do with reducing noise and canceling out unwanted disturbances. But it's also simplified to scale. That is about what we're doing for the IT professionals and what we're doing for the people that own and operate. That is things like being able to install it seamlessly, have the right tools at your fingertips. But let me geek out a little, because one of the things that get me out of bed every single morning is to make truly magical experiences. That is what it's all about. So, and all of us like to geek out. Look at this up here. This is about elevating the human experience. We've gone back and we've taken 12 artistic choices of warm life, really great things that's going there, that's showing that this is human and approachable. We have a new home screen. We have floating control panels coming in from the side. We worked on rounded corners where the radius is different. We have new wallpapers. And the team is focusing on this every single little detail. And why is that? It's to make the experience approachable. It's to make it so that it's easy to use and you're drawn into it and you can focus on your real task, not the technology. That is the details we go into. But we've done a lot more. The meeting moves. The camera should do too. You shouldn't worry about it. It shouldn't be that static shot. You shouldn't miss the moment. You shouldn't lose the engagement. With the director, we're able to do that. Should we call into Oslo and see how it works? Let's do that.
In a big crowd, it's hard to follow the speaker. I'm here. No meeting room is the same, and one camera mode doesn't fit all scenarios. Or does it? We've come a long way from cinematic meetings, delivering a wide range of camera intelligence features and multi-camera rooms. For the first time, we're bringing the best of all experiences together with the brand new dynamic mode. In Room OS 26, the agentic director analyzes everything about the room, including size, shape, the number of people present, and how they're interacting. Since for many people in this room, you get a stream from the speaker and a separate stream showing the whole room.
Let's show what happens when there is the dialogue in the room. You see everyone engaging without losing sight of the others.
And from the two less crowded rooms joining the call, we see individual frames from both rooms.
When more people join, the dynamic nature of this feature will adjust, and we double up to 2 streams, making sure you don't miss a thing. We have multiple cameras in this room, so the agentic director automatically chooses the best viewpoint.
Do you think it'll capture me at the top of this ladder? Yes, it did. Let's take a look at how it captures the next active participant.
Exactly. With motorized pan, tilt and zoom, we get excellent image quality, even in larger rooms.
The new default camera mode takes the workload off IT admins whilst optimizing the best experience for meeting participants. No buttons to push, you'll always get the best view in any meeting at any moment.
Is that cool or what? Yes. This is dead cool, and not only that, but I like the whimsical that they bring to this as well. But now you're no longer bound by static presets. The next barrier that we want to address is really around attention. How do you make sure you have attention in the meeting? So you are not only attending the meeting and discussing, and you have to be described at the same time. How can we take that out? The note taker in Room OS 26 keeps everyone present. So let's bring Caitlin back on to do this live on the Board Pro.
Snorre, we have a lot of amazing innovations that we're announcing this week, so we should probably make up some pretty compelling marketing plan. What do you say?
I think marketing is great.
I'm going to turn on AI Notes to capture our brainstorming session while we're here. And I think, You know, we should probably do a blog about our vision for connected intelligence. Do you think you can write that this week?
I think I should try to do that.
You should try to write that.
I should try to do that.
Okay, great.
It's something about people to people, people to AI, AI to AI.
Yes,
I
you've
think
nailed it. You've got that. All right. And I can get some social assets of all the amazing products that we're launching this week, and I can put together a plan by Friday. Does that sound okay?
Sounds like a good plan.
All right. Snorre's going to write a blog. Caitlin's going to take the social assets, and we'll have a plan by Friday. All right. So normally, it's hard to capture in a 1-minute demo, but what we're trying to convey is that when you're fully present with someone and able to kind of take on the burden, without having to take on the burden of having to remember notes, AI note taker steps in and is able to understand the context of the meeting. This is not just a transcription. This is like having an extra teammate in the room who can understand the passion and the purpose of what you're trying to say, capturing that and then applying it so that in the future, a teammate, whether digital or human, can understand what's happening in the room and use that information to take us forward. The magic of connected intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Big round of applause. We spoke about the edge. We've spoken about the cloud. Now let's talk about control. Because intelligent software and hardware also go out there to make it truly manageable for IT. And one of the things that we're bringing to the table with RoomOS 26 is what we call zero-touch provisioning. That is to simplify this scale into action. It is to make it plug and play so that you can just set up everything before you send the box out there. It's ready. Anyone can plug it in. You don't need a specialist. That makes RoomOS 26 another game changer. And then, let's get to the network. Because what you've seen so far is just the start. Last fall, we actually introduced the Ceiling Microphone Pro. We could really say that that set the audio bar, so to say, no pun intended. And now we have the Room Vision pan-tilt zoom camera. That raises that bar even higher. Let's have Caitlin come back and actually install that on stage for us. Caitlin.
I think one of the magical things about the Ceiling Microphone Pro was that sound of the click. When you plug in our Room Vision PTZ camera, you hear that visceral click. And with that click, the camera turns on. And it's doing its booting sequence. It's panning, it's tilting, it's understanding its environment, flashing its LED light like a little dance. You can see it. It's coming to life on stage with us right now. And what happens in the background is that the Room Vision PTZ is coming on board in the control hub. And you're actually able to see it go from no camera connected to camera connected. And we'll see that in just a moment. It's still booting up right now. It's really trying to calibrate and understand its environment. And what you're going to see in just a moment is the live feed is going to come up. And we're all going to be able to wave hello. Hi, WebexOne. With connected intelligence, we are not just doing this in software. It is happening at the absolute base level of design, making these things as simple as possible for our customers. And here you can see the Room Vision PTZ is online.
Thank you very much. That's every IT professional's dream. It's one click to distance zero. And there are three things over IP. It is power over IP, it's media over IP, and control and manageability over IP, as we just demonstrated. That brings this in as the overall, into the overall Cisco platform. It's one view, it's confidence at scale. We bring that further with RoomOS 26, with network-aware rooms, where you extend AV and you streamline the IP deployment. With Cisco managed switches, simple and powerful, you get all of this control. You can manage all your devices and accessories in an enterprise-wide control and not just a click. Over these days, you've seen the name NVIDIA together with us quite a lot. There's a reason for that. We've been working with them for 10 years, and they have been constantly challenging us. But now, we've taken it one step further. We've taken it further to go out there and see how can we actually get into the final frontier, the physical space. What we're able to do is to create a digital twin. Can you imagine? Digital twin. You take the room device, you use that and the AI power in it, you create a digital twin that goes into Control Hub, where you could check, do you have enough microphones, how many chairs, you can actually play around with the acoustics, you can actually use audio exclusion zones as well. But instead of me talking about it, should we have Caitlin come back on and demonstrate it? Caitlin.
The magic of Workspace Advisor is that we can dial in to a real meeting right here. This is our room on the expo floor, and my team is in there. Hey, team. Thanks for joining. You can see that there's a lot of people who want to join us, too, at WebexOne. There's a couple of busybodies in the background there. What's magical about Workspace Advisor is that right before this, we took a picture of the room when no one was in it, and we turned that picture into a digital twin in Control Hub. And within Control Hub, we were then able to use that to make a recommendation using AI for the best view of the room. And what it decided to do was recommend meeting zones, which is what you're seeing here. And if I preview meeting zones, it's going to let me know that everything should probably be trimmed, right? We want to do a tight crop on the folks that are just at the table. So if I click this button, confirm meeting zone, in just a second, we're going to have the meeting zone turned on in the room, and you'll only be able to see the table. Why does the digital twin matter? It's because it's taking context, the data, and allowing you to make decisions in the space without ever having to go in. It's no tape measure, no guesswork, all happening for you without ever having to step in the room. That's the magic of NVIDIA and Cisco together.
Thank you very much. No one has ever done this before. That's the power of our platform. But to build on to this, G2 spoke yesterday about the importance of an open platform. Because with partnership, we get choice, we get flexibility, and we have worked incredibly well also with Microsoft. That partnership has really taken us forward with the MTR that's running together with Webex on our rooms, providing all the things like Control Hub and Thousand Eyes and security and device management as well when you have that. That is unique to Cisco. But to talk more about that, it is an absolute pleasure to welcome to the stage Ken Pan, the Corporate Vice President of Windows 365 and AVD at Microsoft. Ken, please. Thank you, Ken, and thank you for taking the time to come down here with us. And I would like to say, first of all, thank you to Microsoft. You've been an incredible partner to work with over the last years. And, you know, the Room OS is really the pinnacle of collaboration when it comes to security OS combining now with MDEP. And, you know, for the Teams customers, this is really bringing this into a no-brainer for enterprise. But from Microsoft perspective, what's the core strategic vision behind MDEP, and why is Cisco's adoption so critical to Microsoft?
Yeah, MDEP brings the Microsoft backed security and the manageability to the Android collaborating workspace. With MDEP, instead of everyone staying on the forever treadmill of building on top of AOSP, we'll do that. And there's no one better than us in building the native integration with Microsoft services. With Cisco adopting MDEP, customers get the Cisco experience they love, and they also have the deep integration with the microservice services and the security infrastructure.
No, and we're really excited to build on that. And, you know, this partnership is really bringing Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Cisco together. How does this unique synergy unlock new value for our joint customers, especially regarding AI at the edge and enterprise security and controllability, manageability?
Yeah, it was, we are bringing together Cisco's world-class devices, NVIDIA's local AI compute, and Microsoft's MDEP's native AI like runtime and security infra. Opening new doors for lots of innovation. For example, with AI on the local edge, you can skip a lot of round trips to the cloud for many collaborating scenarios, saving bandwidth and reducing latency. So I imagine a new set of scenarios be built on top of the collaboration we all have.
But if we think about it, I mean, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Cisco, I mean, this is some match. This is good fun. So it's something, right? If we look ahead, what does this deeper partnership mean for the future of hybrid work and intelligent workspaces? I mean, you see how we're focused on really pushing the boundary, driving towards distance zero. And what message would you share with our customers about the long-term benefits of our joint roadmaps?
We're moving from the better meetings for hybrid work to a new world of AI-powered workspaces. In the AI journey, I see 3 phases. Phase 1 is human working as AI as a digital assistant. And this is, I think, where most of us are today. Going forward, phase 2 really is AI become digital co-workers, working alongside with humans. In phase 3, imagine seeing a teams consist of complete AI agents. Human will give direction, and the AI agent will complete the work. With this AI transformation, Microsoft, Cisco, NVIDIA will each build on top of our strengths, innovate, and collaborate together, bring the end-to-end solution to our customers to enable this journey.
And you and I spoke about this yesterday, and you know, Microsoft, you come at the strength of the Office suite, you know, Microsoft Teams rooms, software, you know, really strong software company. You know, Cisco, we know a thing or 3 about networking. I think it's fair to say security and collaboration. And we're kind of meeting each other here. What do you see are the advantages of bringing those 2 ways of thinking together?
At the end of the day, we're a platform company. We're a software company. Cisco is an awesome networking device company. We each can build on their strengths, and we collaborate well together, and we support our customer jointly.
I would like to say thank you very much for a great partnership. We're incredibly proud to have MDEP out there. It's been a joy to work with you, and we're looking forward to do a lot of really exciting things going forward. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. There are really 3 layers that are working as one. I started out with a stew. I think we have made it up to having AI at the edge, AI in the cloud, and AI in control. What we say is that edge sees, cloud understands, and control acts. But instead of me just talking about this, let's bring some customers that are using this and have this in action. So, I'm very proud to welcome a panel. That is Emil Demota from HD Supply, it is Gail De La Fosse from ADP, and it's Jeffrey Todd from Verizon. Let's give them a warm welcome. I think we've rehearsed this walking in multiple times. I think we failed miserably.
Yeah, we did.
I was supposed to stand here and politely, and we're reaching all over the place. Anyway, it's so good to have you here. And it's always so important to us to have great customers like you on a panel in front of an audience like this. So what I want to do is to take us through some of the ways that you're using the gear and how we're working together, but also the future and where we see it goes. So if we start off with, how is your organization's vision for employee experience evolving? And what strategic technology investments are you making to support that vision? And in what way has Cisco Collaboration Solutions accelerated the progress? Now, start with you, Emil.
Sure. Well, at HD Supply, our vision for our associate experience is based on three things. Simple, it has to be straightforward and seamless. And we want the technology to be invisible, and we want it to support our associates how they work and not force them to adapt to something different. And we see that Cisco is helping us to meet that vision. We're deploying a lot of the audio video equipment that's helping us do that, making our teams great.
Great, so about all the equipment, getting it in there. Gail, what have you done?
We're still evolving in this space because
Yeah?
there's so much that you have to take into consideration as you move forward. So it's how the organization, the team members who are going to actually adopt the personas, how they're going to use these tools, what they're finding important from a productivity perspective, understanding and then measuring those particular experiences so that what you've actually strategically planned is something that you can deliver. So there's a lot here. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to adopt to. It's a very exciting time. Just a lot to absorb.
But I like that you say it's a journey. I just said here earlier that the two words distance zero is probably what I'm going to chase for the rest of my life to get there. And I like it's a journey. When we bring it over to you, Jeff, you know, at Verizon, you do a lot of things. But how has this been adopted at Verizon?
Well, our journey's been very interesting. You know, we had a collaboration platform that was in place that supported our employees as well as our customers from a resale perspective. And a business decision came about that we needed to sunset the platform. And a strategic decision was made, and we're here today. Choosing Webex has been a phenomenal journey. It was interesting in that process, though. We talked about a 6-month window in order to transition to the platform, but we were given a challenge to do it sooner. So to our credit, we migrated 120,000 employees over to Webex within a 6-week period, which was phenomenal.
Hey!
Awesome. Thank you.
Could you repeat that number for me? How many?
120,000, 6 weeks.
120,000 in 6 weeks. You heard that? I mean, that's pretty good. Thank you. And it brings me over to the next one, and I'll pass these to you, Gail, because I think he just had some key metrics here. But if you look at the specific results, how have you seen this, such as employee engagement or usage of tools, and demonstrate that impact of these investments?
What we're doing right now is we're looking how this particular solution, these capabilities align strategically with the organization. And then from there, we're going to innovate and govern. So there's a partnership with your data governance organization, security, legal. We're engaging them because the innovation is happening so rapidly. And then based on what we've historically identified through investigation, we've done a lot of work in this particular space. How do these things impact the associate? What type of experiences are they going to have? How are they measuring success? Often and throughout this event, I heard many people talk about enabling these capabilities and how much time they're going to save and how this is going to be able to improve their productivity. But you have to have a strategy for that. You have to have the ability to go back and engage with those associates and those leaders and ask them, was this really helpful? Did you have the experience you expected? Was there an opportunity for you to learn from this? So there's a lot that's engaged here. And having metrics to hold yourself accountable based on what your stakeholders have identified to you is probably the most important aspect here.
Yeah, no, stakeholder management for sure. And I think you touch on the key thing in stakeholder management. It's really throughout the organization. I think that's a key one. And Emil, to bring it over to you, what adoption and how do you see things have been used so far?
Well, I think for us, we don't have any key metrics that we're tracking. we're immature in that space, but what we see is mostly anecdotal feedback that we get from our associates, that the tools that we're providing to them is helping them make their work lives better each day. And they're hungry for more. They're hungry for the AI components that we've already given them. And some of the things that are announced this week is amazing. It's going to make it that much better.
No, and I think that we're on a journey together. And I think that is the exciting things. And I think there are a number of things here that are changing. There are new features coming, new ways of working, and things look very different now than 5 years ago. And that brings me over to the next question, and I'll pass that to you first, Jeff. What are the biggest challenges you face in keeping your teams connected? We're different work environments. How have Webex and Cisco helped you with some of that connection?
Well, I think one of the big things is we're seeing a greater convergence to get back to the office. So a lot of our conference rooms with all the video systems has really become a very vital part of our method of communication in the company. And when people are working on critical projects, you could do a lot of code development there, as well as the engagement that you could bring in external resources. The other thing too, I'll put a plug in, is AI Assist. Verizon is really an AI first company, and we're really attempting to adopt a greater use case around the platform itself. People are loving the summaries. They're loving the transcripts. They find use cases within the operation to simplify their daily task. And we're spending a lot of time looking at opportunities to basically invoke the application to run real time and not have to drive it from a user perspective. So hopefully at some point in time we'll be able to confirm that took place.
Yeah. I know, and we see the same thing as well. I don't think I'm in a single meeting now that isn't transcribed and where actions are not taken automatically. And it allows you a very, very different focus. And I'll pass it to you, Emil. Again, what are the biggest challenges in keeping the teams connected across?
The biggest challenges for us, and they really aren't that hard to overcome if you have the right tools, and I think we do, but it's more about we have a highly distributed workforce. We're spread across the entire country, and even with our return to the office mandates, it still didn't impact a lot of the workforce. So just to give you an example, our IT department's 87% is remote, and they work out of 30 different states in the US. So having the collaboration tools like Webex and things help us to stay connected, stay engaged, and really be able to get things done.
I love what you say about having the right tools. Yes, Cisco. Gail, I'll pass it to you. Where do you see the challenges in keeping people connected and what you're doing?
Similar to what Jeff said, because there's hybrid now and there's distributed offices, having that ability to have a meeting start on time, end on time, summarize that particular event, those are the challenges that we're seeing. And have data accuracy, right? You want those particular meetings to be eventful, to have the effect that the participants expect. And so aligning all of that and getting it right the first time is very important.
That's very, very interesting. And Emil, I'll pass this to you first. How are you approaching the integration of AI into your productivity tools and collaboration tools? And how does the organization consider the best practice?
For us, we're excited about the possibilities. We're very early in our AI journey. But we really want it to become part of our daily work lives, have it be just a natural part of it. And we want to embed it in all of our solutions just to make our work lives easier. I think, that being said, we think that it's going to do a lot of great things for us, and it may replace some tasks and things like that, but I think it's going to be a force multiplier. It's going to help us do more with less. And so we're really excited about that. That in mind, it has to be implemented responsibly. Gail mentioned a few things, like we have to pay attention to governance. We have to pay attention to security and data protection. So we're focusing our efforts on that. We've gone through the steps of creating the policies. What are the approved tools and approved models and things like that. But like I said, we're very early in our journey.
And Gail, at ADP, how are you approaching this integration of AI into the collaboration and productivity tools? I mean, the entire workflow and everything.
We've been very cautious. There's a lot that you can do, and human beings do human things. And so what you would originally intend to do with this technology, because of just innovation and ingenuity, human ingenuity, we've seen necessarily things that are positive. We've seen things that are amazing. So just taking that step of engaging with our security and our risk and compliance organizations, understanding things that are guardrails, advising the people utilizing and testing the technology has become very important to us.
And at Verizon.
Yeah, I think the panel here has touched on it, but I think the big key too is working with your legal department and your CISO departments. Yes. You know, when you're starting to introduce policy and use cases and you think about what's being transcribed, some of that data needs to be protected. And, you know, there's situations where we talk about maybe it needs to be redacted. How do you put controls in place in order to support it? You know, so I think as you're evolving with your journey, really spend a lot of time with those entities and formulate how you're going to represent that application across your enterprise. I think it's going to be very critical.
And you know, it's important to be whimsical and have some fun as well. So I'll show you a fun one at the end here. You know, every agent needs a code name, and you saw we had lots of agents here today. Yeah, Bond had 007, but in 2025 he's kind of outdated, isn't he? So should we go to 008 or a 008, the Webex agent, or what should it be?
For me, you know, I'm trying to think.
You more so the Mission
I'm
Impossible
a big
guy?
Top Gun guy.
Yeah,
so I'm
I like that.
I'm going to go with Wingman.
Yeah, very good.
That's nice.
And Emil?
I like Jeff's. It was awesome. He told me backstage, and I was like, that's a good one. Mine's a little bit more corny. I think I came up with Kia, and it's short for know-it-all. But
oh, I like that. That's very good. Very good. And Gail?
I'll be a little corny, guardian, maybe, guardian, to protect me from myself, maybe.
Yeah, I like that, the guardian. That's very good. Guardian. Because I think what an agent can do these days, it can actually rescue you from double bookings, and it can rescue you from having to take notes, and can allow you to finish your coffee, but it's really the only agent that can save you from yourself. And I think with that, let's give it a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we'll do this awkward over the chairs again. There we go. Thank you. So, it is so good to hear from the customers. And, oh, where's my clicker? It's in my hand. Their stories is proof. It's not just about the technology. It's really about changing how we work. And I think you've heard our vision is to remove friction. It's to enable connected employee experiences. Because when the employees are empowered, then the customers will feel it as well. So what we're going to talk about next is our flawless customer experience. And I would like to welcome Vinod Muthukrishnan to the stage. Let's give him a big round of applause.
How does that look? All right.
I was not aware we were getting into the bicycle business.
Well, it's an interesting idea, Snorre. I'll think about it. But for now, I promise this is not fun and games. There's a reason the bicycle is on stage.
Very good.
Soon.
Good luck.
Yes, thank you. All right, folks. First things first, can we all give a loud cheer for us? Can I hear all of you? That sounded like 1 million people in the audience. Now when we crack bad jokes and you don't clap, I know which section's not clapping. So this is a good ready reckoner. All right, fabulous. Folks, thank you. My name's Vinod. I'm here to talk about the serious business of customer experience. Before I go ahead, I want you all to look around. This is a moment in history. We are officially the last human-only workforce on the planet. Now, I know this sounds ominous. It's not meant to sound ominous. It's actually the most incredible opportunity we've ever had. Jeetu spoke about it, Anurag spoke about it. We have the chance to take the 8 billion people on the planet and turbocharge ourselves with AI and create the throughput of 80 billion. How do you make the most of customer experience? How do you deliver on the experiences you seek as a customer in a world where humans and AI work together. The key here is connected intelligence, and we're going to talk about this idea a lot through the day, and I hope you come along the ride with me. The goal has always been the same. The tools have changed. AI is the tool. The goal is always the same. Smart, proactive, personalized, connected, delightful customer experiences. That goal hasn't changed. But all the tools have changed. Humans need to engage with humans. Humans need to work with AI. And AI now needs to work with AI. All of this on one secure, seamless, scalable, and most importantly, open platform. And that platform, as I'll show you today, is Webex, a platform for you to communicate, collaborate, create, and delight your customers. Now, before we move to the future, let's look back in the past a little. There were two incredible announcements, and Anurag left one for me, so I'm super excited about that. We started with all the new Webex AI agent capabilities. We've gone from simple to complex multi-agentic systems. We launched our first AI quality management, which was reimagined from the ground up for a world where agents are human and AI. But then we spoke about open platforms a lot. You heard the word open platform so many times from our leaders. And you're not truly open if you don't integrate and interoperate near natively with third-party systems. And we have 3 incredible logos there. If you use Amazon Lex for your agent environment, we support you. Healthcare company where Epic's your EHR, absolutely. And if Salesforce is your CRM or your support suite, there you go. One secure, seamless, open, collaborative platform. Now, this is not incremental technology. This is a massive quantum leap for all of humankind. And there's 2 ways to do this. One, you have a ringside view. Next, you are in the ring. We're not just witnessing the making of history, we are creating it. We are co-creating it. I think that's a fair thing to say. But talking about the ring brings me back to my bicycle. There's a reason I came on here on the bike. To take you through a little journey, I want to call on stage an incredible colleague and partner, Jessica Smith.
Hey, thank you, Vinod. And hello, everyone. I apologize, my entrance wasn't quite as slick as yours, but should we introduce the audience to our enthusiastic cyclist?
Absolutely. So I'm not the only one who shows up in all sorts of places on bicycles. I'd like for all of you to meet Robert Owens. Now, he loves biking as much as I do. And for those of you in the audience who know me well enough, I can't speak for more than 3 minutes without saying the words customer journey. For some reason, it comes up in every single conversation. So what we're going to do today is show you a little journey that Robert is going to go through as a bicycle enthusiast. Like all good experiences, there's always the odd kink in the chain. We're going to take you to the journey of the bicycle shop. So Robert's out there. He's out on a ride, like he always is. His handlebar doesn't quite fit. That's a bad experience. So what does he do? He decides, right in the middle of his ride, in the middle of nowhere, that he actually wants new gear. Let's look at how that experience pans out for him.
No. Oh, this might work. Okay, add to cart. Okay, let's go.
Okay, that was Robert's experience with a proactive engagement triggered by the fact that he had abandoned his cart. Now, what you saw might seem common, but let's take a look at some of that magic that's under the hood, and that all starts with the data. Data is going to be the foundation for successful AI interactions. Ultimately, we rely on good quality, clean data that sets us up to do AI right. So let's take a look. Now, we're able to capture every piece of a customer's interaction, including those powered by AI, and bring it all together within our Journey Data Service. This means we can connect rich streams of insights directly into proactive workflows and AI agents, all from within our Flow Designer. As a result, we're delivering more personalized and enhanced experiences, just like the one you saw with Robert. This is the beginning of orchestrating a multimodal, highly personalized customer journey that starts with anticipating the needs of our customers.
Well,
and back to you, Vinod.
Well, fabulous. Thank you. Now, you see us talk a lot about data. You can imagine in 2025 to step up on a conference stage and not start with AI, that the temptation was real, but we wanted to make sure we start where we need to start, which is the journey data being the foundation of everything that's important, of AI, orchestration, customer experience. But you also saw how that data, that insight, powers intelligent workflows that are personalized to the context of the customer. But the most important part is intelligent escalation. To know when voice is right, to know when messaging is right, to know when a callback is needed, that intelligent escalation is the heart of good predictive, proactive customer service. So maybe let's move on in the journey and see what happens next with Robert.
Hello?
Hi, I'm an AI agent with Bicycle Shop. I'm sending you a push for authentication. Please approve the request.
Sure.
Great, thanks for confirming, Robert. To see if these handlebars fit, I just need a quick photo of your bike. Tap the link I sent and allow camera access so you can snap a picture of your bike.
Yeah, sure.
Based on the image you've shared, we recommend getting a professional bike fitting when changing handlebars.
Oh, sounds great. How soon can you do that?
I see you've registered for an upcoming community ride on October 11th. I suggest booking 10 days prior so you have time to adjust. Our expert technician is free on October 1st at 10 a.m. Would that work for you, Robert?
Yeah, that works nicely.
Great. You'll also be able to make the payment for the new handlebars during this appointment. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm actually on a ride as we speak. Is there a way you could call me back in 1 hour? I still have questions about my warranty.
Sure, not a problem. I'll schedule a call back for 3 p.m.
All right, thank you.
Okay, there was a lot happening just now with Robert, and it all centers around the Webex AI agent having fast, easy, and seamless access to information. As organizations are increasingly adopting agentic AI, we're witnessing the emergence of a new integration paradigm. Integrations that once required extensive coding or significant amounts of time can now be achieved in a few simple clicks thanks to the way that we're delivering AI frameworks such as MCP and A2A capabilities. So let's go ahead and build an agentic CX agent. We're going to start by accessing the Bicycle Shop AI agent all from within our new AI agent studio that has been redesigned. So here we go. We have our Bicycle Shop AI agent. And as you can see here, we have a selection for actions. These are dedicated actions. We're just going to focus on this as these are some of the new experiences that we have with our AI agent. Now, actions are how we connect AI agents to data sources, applications, and services. In this case, the Bicycle Shop agent is powered by a mix of different actions, each supporting a different task or requirement. I'm going to talk you through just a few. First here, we've already selected our image recognition agent, which is actually powered by A2A. Through A2A, or agent-to-agent protocol, we're able to connect one AI agent to another specialist AI agent, all to leverage different expertise in real time. This is the kind of flexibility that's going to set Webex AI agent apart. Now, if I want to add another action, I'm going to simply go over here to add an action. In this case, we want to connect to the MCP server to pull data from the CRM in order to be able to pull relevant scheduling information so that Robert is able to schedule an appointment for his additional bike fitting. I'm going to go ahead and add selected, and voila. As you can see, very, very easy to add some of these different actions. Now, much like some of the data that we need today that can be leveraged by an API, we're designing these specific actions so they can pull from LLMs easily so they can understand the information. Once that calendar service is requested, the AI agent is going to be able to confirm that appointment with Robert on October 1st at 10 a.m. Vinod, I'm pretty excited about some of this functionality. What do you think?
Thank you, Jess. I think what was an innocuous tab called Actions is a step function change in how agents work. We've gone from simple conversational agents or task agents or conversational agents that do a task to a world where master orchestrator agents can control the functions of multiple sub-agentic systems, first party, third party, often running asynchronously, to give the customer one single seamless interface. And this is not a development. This, as I said, is a step function change in the capabilities of AI agents itself. But none of this matters if the customer does not feel a near human experience when it comes to the voice. Apart from launching 50 languages, we've done a lot of fine engineering to make sure that the AI agent interface is as human-like in how it sounds, how it reacts, how it responds, as near to a human experience as possible, because when people trust the conversation, they ask for more complex things. And they ask for more complex things, you need these very complex orchestrator agents. And so we could tell you it's A2A and MCP, but that's not the point. It's what it enables us to do that is a paradigm shift in how enterprise systems work with each other and orchestrate actions between each other. But it all comes home in a very, very simple AI agent studio. The idea is complex. It was a couple of clicks to make it happen. And that is what I love about it. We have to give you the power to build these complex agents super easily because you have more business context than anybody does. So this is a fun story. As I said, I love this. This is like telling my child a bedtime story. So we believe while we are talking, our dear friend's waiting for a call back. So let's see how that experience goes.
Hi, Robert. This is Amy with Bicycle Shop. I see you have some questions about your warranty. Is this what you'd like to discuss today?
Yeah, thanks for calling me back. Is there any chance I could get a discount on a warranty extension? I wasn't too pleased with some of the rates I was seeing online.
Understandable, Robert. Let's see what we can do. First of all, I've seen you've been a customer of Bicycle Shop for almost 10 years now. Thank you for being such a valued customer. I can offer you a discount of 30% for a 12-month warranty if you act today. Would you be interested in this offer?
Oh, wow. That sounds great. I'm happy to purchase today.
I'm sending over a link to a secure payment portal to process this request.
Okay, got it.
You'll get an email shortly with the details of your new warranty confirmation. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm all set. Really appreciate all your help.
Thank you for choosing Bicycle Shop. Have a great day, Robert.
We just saw some of our new AI assistant features working in real time to assist our agent, Amy. And that's really powerful, but let's not forget about another crucial role in the contact center, and that's the supervisor. Often supervisors are left working with fragments of information, it's difficult to get straightforward answers, and when you can only see a fraction of the story, you can only provide a fraction of the value. And we're changing that with AI quality management. Supervisors are now gonna get a complete picture across every interaction, AI-driven or human-led. Now, at a glance, we can see that our agent Amy here is actually performing really well. Strong auto CSAT scores, really strong sentiment scores, both of which have been trending up over the last 7 days. She's doing relatively well compared to that of her teammates. But how do we help a good agent become a great one? Under here, from our performance tips, AI generated, we can go ahead and click into exactly where in the interaction Amy may have missed an opportunity. What we're actually seeing is Amy is not asking for post-call surveys as much as she should. Now, what's great about AI QM, we don't just see exactly what is going on in the interaction, we can see exactly where. This level of precision is amazing in terms of how it can provide really transformative coaching. But again, truly optimizing your contact center means optimizing the entire team, in which we've established here at this conference that workforce is going to include your AI agents. So if I go ahead and click back to my main dashboard, you can see the ability to toggle between human agents and AI agents. Now, if we remember back to that experience from the early part of Robert's interaction, we can see that our Bicycle Shop agent is performing extremely well. Really high evaluation scores, overall positive sentiment, and auto CSAT, all of which are AI generated. So what you are witnessing here are performance insights that allow you to be extremely proactive in how you coach both your human agents as well as your AI agents. And that's just some of the benefits that we're delivering with AI quality management. I'm extremely excited. Vinod, what do you think?
I could not be more excited. Look, as much as we talk about call containment, a metric that I think is very poorly worded, the reality is the human in the contact center is going to increasingly get the most obtuse customers, the intractable problems, the real hard-to-solve questions. And that agent needs AI. This is AI for the human. Ultimately, we put humans in the middle of everything that we do. So AI for the human with the AI assistant makes sure that the human agent has all the support they need to perform, to be motivated, to deliver. And you saw us launch our first foundationally built from the ground up AI QM for a world where human and AI agents are equal stakeholders in the conversation. But I'll go back to where I started, to data. Data is at the heart of great orchestration, great AI, great CX. So if someone's having a really in-depth AI conversation with you without a data conversation, you're probably missing a trick. Jess, thank you for being such an incredible fellow traveler. Give it up for Jessica Smith.
Thank you.
I love how I can give all the tough slides to Jessica and kind of makes it easier for me. So, now, it might seem counterintuitive, but the purpose of AI, technology, automation is to actually ultimately make customer experience more human and to bring a platform where AI and humans can work better together. Webex is that platform with connected intelligence that allows you to give a near human experience on any channel, be it AI, and the best human experience when you speak to a human. But part of the strategy is to make sure that we give you the choice and flexibility you need. Oftentimes, we tell you you need to go to the cloud because we only have a cloud platform. We tell you should stay on-prem because our cloud is not good enough. That should not be the case. We need to come to where you are. Your requirements for scale, sovereignty, air gapping, your requirements in your jurisdictions. And with that in mind, I want to talk about some very exciting announcements. The first, obviously, you've seen everything with the AI assistant went GA. You saw that in action. I don't want to delve on it too much. But we're now taking Webex Contact Center and Webex Calling to India for customers in that geography and for those who have significant back office operations in the country. And moving forward to the future, our intention to be in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia when that cloud infrastructure becomes available. But everything you saw today, omnichannel, AI agent, AI assistant, is available natively in our UCC R15 release, which means being on-prem and having access to innovation are not mutually exclusive words. In the age of security, sovereignty, air gapping, all of this, on-prem is not a bad word, and we fully support your choice to be on the infrastructure you want, with our job being to deliver cloud, AI, and innovation to that infrastructure. Very excited about this, but I'm a startup founder. I love velocity. And what I love about this team is just the incredible array of features that we've produced. So there's almost 200 features, modules, and products that we've built, from reimagining products like UCC 15, building outbound campaign management, to once-in-a-lifetime refresh for features like Analyzer and Common Flow Builder, new CRM connectors, and net new AI products like Agent and Assistant. I'm a startup founder. I came back to Cisco because this is the world's largest startup, and I can tell you this, never in my life have I built faster, better, with more urgency than I've built in the last year, and this is incredible. This is the energy I seek. But you heard Snorre. If you know anything about Snorre, he's obsessed about design. He's a perfectionist. And I want us to give a shout out to our design team. Where are you in the audience? We've got to obsess about the fine print, about the design, the aesthetic, the experience. Design is not just aesthetic, it's interaction. And I'm so excited for Momentum Design in CX. It is not a release, it's a culture, it's a philosophy, it's always ever continuing. I want to bring us back to where we started. And I want to share something off script, slightly personal. How many of you in the room have heard in customer experience context and the term one box solution? Can I have a cheer from you, please? I have a problem with one box because we're often told to think out of the box. If you wanted me to think out of the box, why'd you put me in the box to begin with? We don't believe in boxes. Boxes were meant to be closed. Platforms are meant to be open. If Eric Yuan and Jeetu Patel can sit at Zoomtopia and Eric can gush about how well Zoom meetings works on Cisco devices, what stops you from having your contact center integrate with a third-party workforce or third-party AI? The future belongs to open, scalable, secure, seamlessly interconnected platforms. And one of the most important coexistent platforms with us is going to come up next. Let's show you a little video on how that interop looks like.
Introducing Webex Contact Center for Salesforce, a native CCaaS and CRM solution that drives faster, better resolutions for customers with AI and human agent interactions across voice and digital channels, omni-channel routing, a unified agent workspace inside Salesforce, and integrated data insights. Webex Contact Center and Salesforce, seamlessly integrated for exceptional customer experiences.
And to talk about this, I'd love to call upon stage the gentleman with a rock star name, well, almost a rock star name, Matt Kravitz. He got it almost right. On to stage, brother, welcome on.
It is a good last name.
I'll give you that.
In fact, many years ago, in the late 90s, I was a huge Lenny Kravitz fan, in addition to the last name. And I met him in Atlanta at the Fox Theater. And in my youth and hubris, I went into my pocket and got my driver's license and went up to Lenny. And I was like, Lenny, I'm a Kravitz. And what happened was he was very unimpressed. So this crowd, this is a much better response. So thank you.
Any Kravitzes in the crowd, just in case? Is there a Kravitz in the crowd? Okay, sorry about that. All right, you're the only one here. All right, Matt, welcome to the show. Thank you for making time. This is an incredibly important partnership for us. Let's start with what your role is. It's a very interesting sounding role.
So I'm on the product team at Service Cloud. And Service Cloud has made an investment to actually have a transformation function. It's almost like a success function that has two primary roles. One is for a subset of customers to have a high-touch engagement and say, here's what you should do next, and this is how to get more value from Service Cloud. The other part is more critical, which is to do deep listening. And one of the things we've been hearing for years is that we have a closed architecture and that we need to play better with CCaaS providers. And this very much is what has sparked this partnership that we have together, is the listening exercise of saying, we got to bring CCaaS and CRM together.
You know, it's incredible. 5 years ago, you had CRM conferences, you had CCaaS conferences, and we met. There was a little connector, and that's really it. But our worlds have irreversibly come together. The one platform CX experience now firmly includes CCaaS, CRM, support, what have you. So talk to me about that. What are you seeing? You meet with hundreds of customers. We met a few through the course of this week. What are you seeing around these platforms, these worlds converging?
One response is that there's not just one answer, one pattern. What I've seen through my years, and I used to run technology and strategy over at Disney Streaming, so I was running a large contact center at Disney. So there's this spectrum in this crowd. On one end, there are companies like, most simplistically, like a UPS. You think how simple their business is. It's the same 7 things over and over again, and contacts may last 5 to 6 minutes. On the other end, you have companies like Salesforce, and in some cases, Cisco. Right, our support organizations' mean time to resolve could be 6 days. So you have 6 minutes and 6 days. On this spectrum, with simplicity, there's always been great investment in CCaaS, in channels, contact center, and a very small CRM engagement. On the opposite spectrum, the more complexity is huge CRM investments because it is your core competence and differentiator, and channels have always taken a minor role. So you have this major minor decision, and many of our organizations had to figure out, well, which of these am I going to invest in? And you always made sacrifices because I can't get the best from both worlds. So this is what we're announcing today, is that, yeah, a bunch of product leaders over in Service Cloud sat in a room and we had to make a decision. We said, do we open up the gates? Do we create a BYO, bring your own channel architecture, where this room, if we're very invested in Cisco and the capabilities of WebexOne, let's open it up so you can bring the best worlds of CCaaS and CRM together. And I think that's the emergence that you mentioned before. Is it's unique, it's a special time, and it's the first time we've opened up the gates to say it truly is a better together story.
That is fantastic. I'm going to throw a curveball question at you. I know we didn't talk about this, but just maybe a quick answer. Early adopters of AI, what are you seeing? Any guidance, any advice for them?
Yeah, I think you have to figure out what's the priority. So the more simplistic the business is, invest in self-service first, because you can finally, using semantic reasoning and channel engagement, yeah, I can 30, 50% for simple businesses is attainable. But if I am a complex business, I wouldn't start with self-service. The easy stuff is being stripped out by Google search, by GPT, and you're left with complexity. So I'm heavily invested in human assist. So where I'm finding people are, or organizations are, not making progress and in stagnation and mediocrity is when you try to do it all at the same time. And it stresses management and resources to be able to do your strong arm, your weak arm, your major, your minor at the same time. Pick something that you want to create as a great starting point.
Fantastic.
When do I get a question? Can I
mean, you can do it now.
So let me
don't make it a very tough one, please. Yeah.
Let me channel the crowd here. The question that we have for you is that there is choice in terms of CCaaS, and I'm new to WebexOne. Give me a sense of what are the things that I should be most excited about. What are the differentiators? What is unique about what you're going to bring together for Salesforce customers?
Okay, so since it's WebexOne, I love wordplay, so I'm going to go off the word one, okay? For us, there are 3 one philosophies. The first is one experience. Web, email, call, chat, messenger. You should have one consistent, seamless experience. Context should be preserved across interactions. So if I call you and I message you 3 days later, you pick up the conversation exactly where you left off. That's one consistent experience. The next is one platform. One platform does not mean one product. It means one open, secure, seamless platform. Whether you live in the Salesforce environment, Cisco, both, hybrid, we need to give you a one platform experience. We are absolutely open to collaborate with technologies, including ones that directly one-to-one compete with us. And the third for us, I think, which is very uniquely Cisco, is one Cisco. When you trust a vendor to build, scale, secure, monitor, observe your most mission-critical infrastructure in AI and data, what's the most mission-critical application would you load on top of it? CX. So the first point of conversation around CX should be with that mission-critical infrastructure for the AI era. So that's my 3 ones. That's why I think we call it WebexOne, but I might just be making that up. Okay, we have a countdown time of thank you. My boss is clapping, so everything else is fine. So, all right, so we're out of time, unfortunately, but Dreamforce, we are there. We are partnering in a big way. I truly appreciate this. I know you can't tell us what you can't tell us, but what should we be excited as we step into Dreamforce together?
Yeah, I'll tell you what the product team is really focused on. Over the last year, what you've seen is AI being applied to web chat, right? So that's sort of been the tip of the spear. But the reality is for our organizations that maybe 5 to 8% of consumers are engaging with that AI. So the other 90% is the opportunity. So that other 90% loves help sites. They love voice. So that's what we're going to see at Dreamforce is the immersion, the exposure, the availability of emerging AI in the other surface areas that are the majority. So my advice is don't start there. Start with the web chat. Think of your topics, your instructions, your actions of these agentic experiences. Get it right there because the risk is low. But then going to agentic help sites, agentic voice, where the volume and complexity is really going to emerge. It's an exciting era for product engineering. So,
Matt, I'll see you at Dreamforce. I can call you Lenny if you like, whatever makes you happy.
Thanks again. Thank you.
Excited for the partnership. Thank you so much. Matt Kravitz. As you can tell, we have some folks joining us up on stage. You can't spell customer experience without customers. And each customer is unique. And I want to call upon stage 3 incredible customers with great stories to tell, talk about their businesses and what role Webex plays in their business. So I'd love to call upon stage Steve, Rebecca, and David. Come on over. We didn't practice much. We did practice the hugging, so I think we kind of did a good job there. All right. Folks, thank you so much for making it for the show. Thank you so much for being incredible customers. You push us every single day You give us the love for it, and you make us better as a company every single day. So thank you for that. So I'm going to start with, I know the weather's fine. This is probably the best venue I've ever been at, so I'm here for multiple reasons. But what brings you to San Diego? I'm going to start with you, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm Steve Perotz, President and CEO, and one of the founders of CarShield. You know, for us, we wanted to come here, enjoy the time at San Diego, bring the team out, and really explain about how we could improve our customer experience, what we've done, and see what else we can learn here. You know, one thing about CarShield is that we're a little unique. 100% of our sales happen over the phone.
Wow.
So with us, the contact center, call center isn't just part of our business, it is our business. Now, we started the company over 20 years ago. We've grown to over 2,000 employees with millions of contracts out there. And so for us, to satisfy those customers, we really need a clear and reliable communication platform, and that's why we use Webex today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Becky.
Hi there. Hi, I'm Becky Rinaldi, and I lead the contact center technology team for TD Bank, which is the 6th largest bank in North America. And we have about 16,000 agents across our platform. I'm here in San Diego, again, not just for the beautiful weather, but as a large consumer of the Webex CCE product, it's important for us to stay in tune with what's on the Cisco roadmap. We got a great look into that yesterday. It also is an opportunity for us to meet those of us that are in the industry, trade ideas, and perhaps spark a new idea for something to be added to the Cisco roadmap and maybe be introduced at this conference next year.
Fantastic. David.
Hi, I'm David Stewart, CTO at Jetix Health. My day job is to ensure that technology is not only available in our company, but provides something meaningful. Jetix Health is an RCM company, revenue cycle management. And our primary focus is on patient call centers. So obviously, the place to be here. Looking forward to collaborating, had a lot of opportunity to share ideas, learn about the roadmap, where we should go from here, and I might have gotten in a little bit of golf.
All right, fantastic. Folks, I know we want to get to the question of AI, and we will, but in 2021, if someone would have asked me what percentage of contact centers are on the cloud, I'd say 100% by 2025. Yet, I think only 30% are. So some of you have had very interesting, pretty incredible paths to the cloud. So maybe I'll go to a couple of you. David, I'll start with you. Talk to us about just your migration path, journey, pain, learnings, just on the move to the cloud.
Yeah, at Jetix Health, we were stuck in what I've tagged as the dialer decades, where integrated dialers were the future back then, and a necessity to some case. But fast forward to 2024, we had 20 hours of downtime. We had hundreds of numbers and routes to manage, and just entirely too many dials and switches to configure. It could take weeks to make changes in an IVR, for instance. Webex has launched us forward and allowed us to not only use APIs, get AI tools for our agents and for our patient experience, but also to be in a position to continuously move forward within the technology. I feel like it's launched us forward.
Fantastic. Super. Becky.
Yes.
Interesting scale, interesting dynamics. Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, so at TD Bank, we moved from an on-premise footprint to the Webex CCE cloud-hosted solution. We did 4,500 agents in a single weekend.
Oh, wow. That needs...
And it was the biggest contact center release in the history of our bank. So not for the faint of heart, I would say that. But just to give a little bit more detail, I'll call it a lift and shift for the purposes of this dialogue, although my engineers that are in the audience will give me some serious side-eye for that comment because it's far more technical than that. Lots of integrations back into source systems, a very carefully orchestrated plan. But we started with a small pilot with one of our lines of business. It allowed us to kick the tires a bit, work out any kinks, and then based off of the success of the pilot, we then moved into the full weekend of 4,500 agents in one shot. So again, no one got a lot of sleep that weekend, but we had certainly a lot of pride when we were completed. So really, really proud of that work.
Fantastic. So to make sure everyone knows we are in 2025, I need to come to the AI question. Everyone's obviously talking about AI. A lot of you are doing a ton of work around it. Steve, I'm going to start with you. Tell us about your experiments with AI.
Yeah, so for us, we wanted to use AI. We wanted to use it to create a better customer journey as well as create operational efficiencies. So what we did was we wanted a really good use case within CarShield, and the very first thing we did was we attacked the traditional IVR. And so, so many people just press 0, just press 1. It doesn't go where you want it to, right? So with us, we go ahead and we start using the scripted AI agents. It's honestly one of the most fun things I've worked on in years. I've been really with it, and we've got a great team. Half of them are here, so we're excited for that. And, with us, we wanted to say, how do we use those? How do we create the better experience? And so for our AI agents, it's easily deployable. It's easy to refine it. And that's one of the things I really liked about the scripted. We're getting into autonomous now as well, which is going to be even more fun and higher capabilities. And for us, we didn't necessarily just look to reduce payroll. That is something that happens. But for us, we found that a lot of times we are able to repurpose and retake those positions and upskill the employees in other positions. And so for us, we've had great success moving them around our different companies and really training people that end up doing better in the long run.
Talking about scripted, I want to do something very unscripted, with your permission. I know there's a couple of folks in the audience here who've been almost near CarShield employees, but they work for Cisco. They've been an experimentation partner. Do you want to just stand up and can we applaud them, please?
Yes,
Krishna and team. Now, there's a reason I do that. AI is a team sport. AI is not something you lob over the fence and it just sticks and it starts to work. We need to be not vendors, but partners with you in that AI journey. And the reason I called out the team first was that reason. We have a solution consulting group. We have a center of excellence. We do this so we learn with you. Anyone who walks into the room and says, I know everything about AI is probably going to take you down a very perilous path. But we really want to be a partner. We've learned so much from you through that implementation. And maybe I'll then turn over to...
You have a great team.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you so much. David.
Yeah, our strategy for using the AI agents will be to solve the simpler problems, right? Healthcare is an extremely complicated business to be in. It's very confusing for patients. Use AI agents to solve or answer the simple problems, like a balance or give us more information. That way we can allow humans to solve the more complicated problems, which in turn may increase our call time, but that may be the measurement of success. And we should be demoing our AI agent today, this afternoon,
Fantastic.
to deploy here in the very near future.
What a moment. Becky, you probably have a fairly regulated environment.
Just a little.
Just a little. Talk to us about how you're thinking through AI and at a bank at your scale.
Yep. So even at a bank that is highly regulated, AI is obviously front and center for all of us. Of course, customer being center of everything we do, and with that comes customer trust. We are approaching it with a degree of obvious care. So making sure that we have the right governance models in place, security, transparency. That all said, it's a huge enabler for us at the bank. And we've already rolled out several AI programs. Within the contact center alone, we have a KMS solution that's built off of AI. Within our conversational AI footprint, we also have an AI component as well. And then with our sentiment analysis. And with all of that, we've already seen a reduction in hold time by 15%. So huge success. But we know we can do more, and with the version 15 that's coming out with Webex CCE, that's going to unlock even more capabilities for us on the AI space, which we're really excited to leverage. It's going to unlock things like next best actions, real-time call transcription, smarter routing, all of which we're really excited to adopt.
Well, that makes the two of us. All right, folks, coming to the end, I want to maybe start from the other end. Talk about North Star. What is the North Star for everything you're doing with AI with us?
So our North Star is impact. And I know our CEO is here somewhere in the session, so I'll follow in what we always say in our company. Our 3 pillars are the 3 C's: clients, colleagues, and the company. And if what we deploy doesn't impact all 3 of those in a positive way, then we're not doing it. And this is getting us towards that success.
Becky?
Awesome. So I love this question, and I would echo what David said earlier, which is when we start to shift the paradigm where AHT is going up is looked at as a good thing, we've cracked that. We've been talking about it for years, right? That to me is success. That means we've successfully kind of filtered out those easier transactions, ideally through AI, right? We can do that now. And allowed to filter through those deeper conversations that are more meaningful, that allow our agents to be able to interact with our customers in a more meaningful way. And that is going to shoot AHT up, but that's what we want. That's where we can bring better customer care. So for me, that's what success looks like.
Fantastic. Steve, my friend.
Yeah, so for us, the North Star is how do we improve that customer experience while also getting achievable ROI? And so for us, we're already doing about 50,000 AI calls a week. And with what we've seen here at WebexOne and different improvements, we should be at 100,000 in no time. So.
Wow. So you're not done. I'm so sorry. Let's go.
I can be done. But, we, as well as, she talks about increasing average handle time. I think for sales, that's something you want.
Yeah.
That's going to improve success. Right. And then for service related, for claims, for customer service, you want to reduce hold time. So it's not one direction. It's how do you take that? How do you reduce hold times? How do you reduce calls in queue? And we've done a great job with that so far, and we're just getting started.
I need to make a shameless plug for our AI. Our AI agent does turn handling and interruption handling better than I just did. So it's voice activity detection is decidedly better tuned than mine. So anyway, folks, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your partnership. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Wow, that was incredible. Geez. I thought AI won't take my job, but I just demoed why it can. So we are at the end of time, folks. I want to just leave you with a couple of thoughts. The first is, I said it before, AI is the ultimate enterprise technology team sport. We don't walk into your premises telling you we know everything about AI, but we do come to you telling you that we are learning every single day. Nobody can claim to be the master of AI. If they are, they're being vastly economical with the truth, but we promise to be the best students of it. And we learn from you. Thank you. Thank you. You can clap. Thank you. Anyway, so we earnestly promise that we bring what we learn to our customers, we learn from our customers, and we bring it to all of you. So in this team sport, I'm genuinely excited to come out, unveil all these innovations. I hope you go to the show floor and see the incredible things the teams are doing. Our product managers, our designers, our engineers are on the floor. The people who are building this are on the floor. Please go talk to them. Please attend the breakouts. I'm genuinely excited to be on the road to meet all of you, collaborate with you, build your AI strategy together. But honestly, what I'm really, really, really most excited about is hopefully a bicycle ride with Ryan Reynolds. So Aruna, no pressure. All right, thank you so much.